Hey, what is good, YouTube? What's good, PlayStation Nation? It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona and one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew. And listen, you know how we do things here, man. We got another reaction to Gotham Knights. This time we are going to be looking at two high-level Red Hood builds. And if you guys remember, man, a couple weeks ago, or maybe a few months ago now, but probably like 2 months now, when we had first seen the Red Hood gameplay, um let's just say whoever was playing the game just wasn't the best, or the character just wasn't being shown in the best light, because after we saw that gameplay there was quite a few people in the community that definitely was like, Red Hood just doesn't look fun, he doesn't look good, he looks like the worst character. You know, there was a lot of criticisms. So personally, I'm actually really happy that Gotham Knights, or WB Montreal, is actually showing off these high level Red Hood builds, because although I've seen the video already, I think this puts Red Hood in a much better light. We're definitely going to talk about it, we're definitely going to break it down. But listen, before we get into anything, guys, I appreciate you guys being here and coming to my channel here at Gaming with Persona. If you do enjoy the content, definitely hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you enjoy the content, and if you want to support just that step further, you can always become a member on the channel as well. The link to that is in the description. The link to that is definitely in the description, right? But without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Let's watch this Gotham Knights high level gameplay, and let's see if Red Hood can redeem himself.
Your chosen playstyle. In this video, we're going to show you just this, with gameplay of two completely different high-level Red Hood builds.
We made the decision, the Gotham Knights collectively were working together, and they were reflecting this notion of the Bat family. So our Red Hood, we wanted him to be aligned with the intentions of the rest of the family in that sense. He's still an angrier person, especially at the start of the story, but we wanted them all to be on board with the general notion that we are in walking the path of Batman after his death. All of them are on board with the non-lethal strategy. So the marksman tree is kind of self-explanatory. It's really about dealing more.
So let's look here real quick. So stop the deal between the two gangs. So defeat all enemies, retrieve the mod chips. Bonus, defeat enemies using the environment. Another bonus, perform perfect evades. So that's one thing I'm happy about. I'm happy that there are mission objectives or bonus objectives and things like that. I think it tends to make things interesting, which is cool. One thing I noticed here in this actual scene as well is you see this bright number up top of their heads and whatnot. They're obviously, this is indicating their level. I don't know, I feel like this could be just a bit distracting, just a tad. But we'll have to see once we get the full game. But yeah, outside of that, we noticed over here down to the bottom left, I think that's the text button, that's the health. If you press the right on the D-pad, left if you want to do like the text bubble, top is to call the up is to call the bike, and bottom, I can't tell what that is. Let me know in the comments if you know what that is down at the bottom. And then here on the right side, this is where things get interesting, man. X lets you do a gun ability. It looks like it's mixed with maybe a elemental attack or something like that. I know he's going to explain a lot of this here, but I'm just like paying attention to what we're seeing on the screen, just to see if we could get anything a little bit more, gleam a little more than what they're showing us. There's one thing that they do definitely confirm here, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the video, but which really I think is a good move, but we'll talk about that soon. But let's continue.
More damage at range. Red Hood is our most range-focused character out of the Gotham Knights, so a lot of his abilities focus on, I have guns with non-lethal rounds, and I would like to make them as damaging as possible while remaining non-lethal.
Okay, so that's interesting. So it looks like one of those like Ra's al Ghul soul-seeking type of abilities right there. That was pretty cool. So this is the marksman build, and that was a pretty decent ability. I like that. I kind of wish it probably went just a little bit more slow-mo, just to kind of add a little bit more realism to it, in terms of like, not realism, but trying to, if you're trying to mark all these enemies. I feel like if it was super duper slow for you in that moment, I feel like it'd be a really cool. But I thought it was pretty dope.
Heads up.
So it does look like his guns definitely have some type of like elemental ability, or some type of like special shot rounds and things like that, because obviously it's shooting like this red thing. And if we look at his guns compared to the second Red Hood, his guns look a little bit different. That's interesting. I can't wait. One thing about the game, like, obviously I can't wait for the game to come out, but I can't wait for us to actually get our hands on the game, so that I can look at the skill trees and look at like the different types of perks and abilities and things that each character can use. Because I promise, man, I'm definitely gonna be doing a major breakdown videos for those characters, just to kind of talk about the different builds you can do. Really excited about that.
I know that one hurt.
The game looks better too, that I'm noticing as well. I think this build, or whatever they're showing, I think this looks much better.
Bet they wish they never got out of bed today.
The brawler skill tree is about melee combat, but more important.
So this brawler skill tree, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. When I saw, because y'all know my mains is Nightwing and Batgirl. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw this brawler build that we about to see, guys, it had me even thinking like, yo, I might have to like keep Red Hood in the pocket a little bit for like, if I want to go all out. Cause y'all know I like to play with very tanky, bulky characters when I play these types of games. And I ain't gonna lie, man. This brawler build is looking real nice. Let's watch.
Importantly, it's about powering up the fact that Red Hood is our largest character, and he's got the best grab and throw
look at that, man.
in Gotham Knights. That's a really, sort of brutal hand-to-hand focused skill tree. So if you're into that style of play, it's a great place to invest early to get the most out of Red Hood.
So one of the other things that they're confirming here as well is that, obviously we see that there are two Red Hoods playing together. So I think this is them subtly confirming that, if you're playing with a friend, you both can play at the same character, and it not, it's not restricting you from doing that, which I think is smart, right? Because if you want to play with like one of your buddies or whatever, and you like playing as like Robin, and somebody else and your friend wants to play as Robin as well, if the game was restricting you from doing that, obviously that stops you from wanting to truly enjoy the game, because you can't play with the character that you want to play with. So I think them giving you the ability to play with a friend and you both use the same character, I think that's smart. I think that's great. I know there was a couple of people in the community that didn't really like that, but if we go to a game like Avengers, right, which I love Avengers, but I remember in the early days of Avengers, you couldn't play as two of the same characters, right? So if I wanted to play as Thor, right, and Barry was playing as Thor, it just couldn't happen, right? But then later on, much later in the game's life, they gave you the ability to play as any character that you want when you playing with when playing with your friends. Which I think if they would have had that much earlier in the game, that probably would have helped keep people around just a little bit. with certain things, but you know, I think things like that when playing with friends, it's important for you to just allow your friends to kind of play with whoever they want. And I think with Gotham Knights doing this, I think that's pretty smart. Oh, look at, yo, this brawler build is powering up. This brawler build is really looking nice, man. With that electric ability, yo, this looks good. This looks good, man.
Hey, look, more scumbag looking for a beat.
Ooh, messing Shorty up, man. Obviously, you still got your range abilities and whatnot. Yeah, the brawler build.
Guess I really pissed them off.
I like that charge. I like that charge. Yeah, listen, I gotta be honest, man. The brawler build looks like the most fun build for Red Hood. And just, you know, I'm speaking strictly about this character. This brawler build definitely looks like the most fun build. The marksman build, I guess they need to show off a little more, because when they showed off the marksman, they just showed off 1 or 2 abilities. And I don't know, it just wasn't really as flashy or as cool. I get the concept, obviously, is range, but when I'm looking at this brawler build, I am seeing an in-your-face tank style, you know, like just knocking heads, man. And for stuff like that, I like that. I like that they really showed this higher level building gameplay, because again, I do think this redeems Red Hood for me personally as a character that's viable, but also a potential character you would want to play as, right? I think this brawler build and him like in your face and doing all this crazy stuff, and you got the electricity that's stunning the enemies, and you powered up and doing all these great things. I think this is great and awesome display of not just Red Hood, but I think the game overall of like the type of builds you can go for. But let's continue. Eat those. He said fall back.
That was just a taste of the different ways you can build out your chosen hero in Gotham Knights. Stay tuned later this week where we'll be digging into skill trees and how they work.
Oh, I'm excited
for more
for that.
From our Gotham Knights IGN first, check out the first 16 minutes of gameplay.
I'm excited for that. I am very excited for that. So listen, it was a short video. It was only about 4 minutes. And I think this was a great display. I think this was a great display for Red Hood. And still, I think personally speaking, though, you know, Nightwing and Batgirl are just still always going to be my mains. But I will be dabbling a little bit with Red Hood just to kind of, you know, throw some combos out there on the channel and on the timeline on Twitter, right? But one of the other things too that was confirmed actually today. WB Montreal confirmed today that Gotham Knights has gone gold. So guys, we're in the home stretch. You know, it's about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. Yeah, it's about 2 months because we're only in the 17th. So a little over 2 months before the game drops. It drops on October 25th, right? I'm excited for this game. I'm really, really excited. This is a day one. I can't wait to get my hands on this. I'm sinking a lot of time into this. You know, we're definitely going to be posting up a lot of gameplay and a lot of clips and whatnot. And I'll definitely be doing my impressions and review as well once I do complete the game. But listen, guys, you know, let me know your thoughts below. Let me know if you're feeling this, if this is a day one for you, if did Red Hood redeem himself? Are you second guessing if you're gonna try Red Hood or not? Let me know in the comments, man. And listen, if you did enjoy this, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and like I said before, if you do want to support further on the channel, you can become a member on the channel. There's cool perks, you know, giveaways and all those other cool things that I do, and also awesome emotes, which I am going to be updating some more emotes and changing things up a bit. But you know, the link to that is in the description. Not mandatory, but is always appreciated, as well as you can subscribe to the What's Up PlayStation official YouTube channel. The link to that is also in the description as well. Listen, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's been your boy Persona, and I'm out. Peace, peace, peace.